Hey, ow! Since the dawn of time, we've seen the endless debates over who's the strongest anime character. Is it Saitama? Is it Goku? Is it someone from a show you've never heard of? Well, this isn't about just being the strongest. This is about the most broken. We're not talking about guys with high power levels that still play the game by training and unlocking new forms. The characters on our list, they're different. Their power isn't part of the game. Their power breaks the game, and they're the only ones playing. We're talking about the characters who are so stupidly, ridiculously overpowered that they make the rules of their own universes feel like polite suggestions. So without further ado, everyone grab your seat, sit back, and let's go over some of the game-breaking characters in anime.
我が君がお目覚めになるのだ。もう起きているのにか?
Kicking off our list is the Demon King of Tyranny, who finds the rules of his own world insulting. Anos Voldigoad from the Misfit of Demon King Academy. 2,000 years ago, Anos was so powerful that, tired of the constant war, he sacrificed himself to create peace. Upon
reincarnation,
he enrolls in the very academy he founded, only to discover that history has been rewritten and his power is so immense that the world's magic measurement tools can't comprehend it, labeling him a misfit. The game here is a rigid system of magic, where power is tied to lineage and established laws. Anos doesn't just ignore this game, he makes a mockery of it. He can kill an opponent with the sound of his heartbeat, resurrect them and kill them all over again just to prove a point. Even his sword, Venus Dono. Yeah, I'ma just put the word there and a picture of it. I am not about to butcher that one. I don't know what I just said. Also known as the Abolisher of Reason, is a complete game breaker. It's a weapon that can destroy any principle, logic, or concept, making the very idea of defense meaningless. He doesn't just fight gods, he humiliates them. He faces down the god of time, and after being struck by a fatal blow, asks,
確かに殺したはずだ。殺したぐらいで俺が死ぬとでも思ったか?
He had gods praying for gods.
Oh gods! Oh gods! I beg of you, save me!
He was fighting the goddess of the future. In their fight, she says she has restricted this world to have only the worst possible outcomes for Anos. And Anos said it don't matter. He made a goddess who can see the future say out loud, not a single future existed in which you went down in defeat. Do you know how OP you have to be for the worst possible outcome for you is still victory? His power operates on a level that treats concepts like death, fate, and even logic as mere suggestions he can choose to ignore. Anos' existence is the ultimate game break because he is the very origin of the magic system that now fails to recognize him. He doesn't need to climb a power ladder, he is the ladder, the rungs, and the sky it's reaching for. When faced with a spell that can't be dodged, he simply destroys it by defying logic, proving that the rules of his world are nothing more than a game he already won millennia ago.
origin of darkness! How do you possess such magic? This can't be.
Oh, Jesus!
Coming in next is a story we've all heard before. A hero who got rejected for having bad stats only to hit level 2 and break the stat screen entirely. Meet Flio from chillin' in another world with my level 2 super cheat skill. Now, show quality aside, as a character, he did fit the concept of the video. The world Flio is summoned to runs on a classic RPG system. Heroes are chosen, given stats, and are expected to level up to fight the Demon Lord. When Flio, whose original name was Bonanza, is summoned, he's only at level 1, with stats so low he's deemed useless and banished to a forest. But here's where the game shatters. After defeating a single slime, Flio levels up to level 2. At that moment, his stats don't just increase, they become infinite, literally changing to the infinity symbol on his status screen. The very concept of a stat cap or progression is rendered obsolete for him. We have also learned that he gains a skill called Epiphany, my favorite T-Pain album. The ability to use all forms of magic and techniques that are used on him. This is perfectly demonstrated when he fights Hia, the Jinn of light and darkness, a being made of pure magic who should be immune to physical attack. After she launches a futile attack and injures his girl, Flio goes into a rage and just cancels out her magic, beating her down with his bare fist. However, with his companion mortally wounded, his healing magic wouldn't have been enough to bring her back. He suddenly and unknowingly rewound time, undoing her injuries. It's then established that any magic he is hit with becomes his to use, and all the spells that come along with it. A good example would be like, let's say he was in Naruto, for my Naruto heads. Imagine you hit him with a fireball. Now he can just use every form of fire jutsu. Or if someone hit him with a move from the 8th gates, now he can use all forms and techniques of taijutsu. It probably don't even work like that, but it sound like it would. Which didn't even matter because he was so angry and caught up in the moment that he was just putting hands on this deity. He completely overpowers a conceptual being that the world's rules say can't be touched. The only thing that holds him back is his own kind nature and refusal to kill. Flio doesn't just break the game by having high numbers, he breaks it by making the numbers themselves meaningless.
Now we're gonna show you human power!
And now we have what turned out to be one of the best experiences I have ever had with a mech anime. We have a man who started out as a kid in a hole and ended up piloting a galaxy-sized robot that punches reality. Simone from Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann runs on a power system called spiral energy, which is basically the power of willpower and evolution. The more fighting spirit you have, the stronger your mech gets. That sounds like a pretty standard anime trope, until Simone takes it to the most illogical and glorious extreme. You see, his final enemy is the anti-spiral, the collective consciousness of a hyper-advanced alien race that sealed away their own evolution. They feared that left unchecked, spiral power would eventually consume the universe in an event called the Spiral Nemesis. The anti-spiral is a godlike being that exists to enforce despair, trapping the team of Gurren Lagann in a labyrinth of infinite multiverses and wielding abilities that can manipulate probability and reality itself. To fight this embodiment of stagnation, Simone's power doesn't just climb, it launches itself into another dimension. He starts in a tiny head-sized mech, which combines and grows until he is piloting a robot made of pure energy that is literally larger than galaxies. In the final battle, Simone and the anti-spiral are throwing entire universes at each other like shurikens. They were able to withstand the anti-spiral hitting them with an actual big bang that would put Vegeta on suicide watch. This was that moment that had my hands thrown in the air like the "This is Cinema" meme. I could not believe what I was seeing. This was one of the most epic final boss battles in anime. The game breaking happens when Simone's spiral power becomes functionally infinite, fueled by the bottomless well of fighting spirit from his entire team. This lets him manipulate probability, warp space-time, and create matter from pure grit. He isn't just getting stronger. His power evolves to whatever insane scale is needed to win, completely defying physics. When your enemy is a conceptual being trying to enforce absolute despair, and your response is to will an even bigger robot into existence, the rulebook has officially been set on fire.
死ね。俺が死ねって言って死んだんだから、因果関係ぐらい察してくれよ。だから動くな。
And next up, we have the kid who makes the very concept of a power system completely irrelevant. Yogiri Takatou from My Instant Death ability is so overpowered. The series starts like any typical isekai. A bus full of students is transported to another world and given amazing powers or gifts by a mysterious sage. The game is to level up and survive, but Yogiri doesn't get a gift and is left for dead. The catch? He never needed one. He came into this world with a power that doesn't just ignore the rules, it makes them a complete joke. Yogiri can kill anything instantly just by thinking it. It's not a magic spell, a curse, or a skill that can be resisted. It is the absolute cessation of existence. He can kill a person, an inanimate object, a magic barrier, or even abstract concepts like gravity, momentum, or a curse. If he can perceive it or conceptualize it, he can end it, and it can never come back. We see him kill somebody's eyesight. They tried to give him new eyes and he still couldn't see. Whatever he uses this ability on is gone forever. There's no rebirth, no regeneration, no reincarnation. That is what he represents in totality. He is the end of everything. The sight of him walking the hallways outside of his confinement was enough to cause global panic. Because what do you do when an impulsive child can just look at something and end it? Can you imagine being in that facility? What we see is not even his true form. Akin to a Cthulhu or other mythical beings possessing a form incomprehensible by our eyes. That flesh we see is merely a vessel, an avatar. This is the ultimate game break because it renders every other metric of power meaningless. Strength. What? Strength, speed, regeneration, even immortality are all pointless in the face of his ability. He doesn't need to fight, strategize, or overcome his opponents. He simply decides that they no longer exist. His ability even works automatically against anyone with killing intent, meaning you can't even ambush him. Yogiri doesn't just break the game. He is the game over screen personified. Yes, sir. Come on now. Y'all knew this was coming. Y'all knew this was coming. Come on, son. The character who doesn't just break the game, he's actively trying to lose it. That's right. It is he. The one, the only, the alpha, the king, the man they call Wang Ling from the daily life of the immortal king. A list like this cannot exist without him. The universe of this dongjua is built on the idea of cultivation, a system of tiered power, levels and realms that practitioners spend centuries mastering. Since the age of 1, Wang Ling has been hitting a new realm every 2 years, making him an invincible entity whose true power is literally beyond measure. The entire game of cultivation, the step-by-step climb to power, is something he completed before he can even tie his own shoes. He walked out of the womb, ladies and gentlemen. The game break here isn't that he's just a strong MC. It's that his power operates outside the very rules that govern his reality. While others cultivate power from the universe's essence, Wang Ling's power transcends it. A casual kick can cause tectonic plates to shift, and just a leak of his spiritual energy can melt a mountain. He once defeated a world-devouring demon lord with so little effort that the demon killed itself in despair, and was then summoned back as Wang Ling's pet. He is so powerful. His primary conflict is simply trying to live a normal high school life, constantly suppressing his abilities with magic seals and pills just to keep reality from collapsing around him. A single moment of emotional distress could cause him to accidentally reset the universe or simply blow up a planet. I watched this man reach across the World Wide Web to slap somebody. When gifted with just a smidgen of his power, it enables one to become powerful enough to punch holes through spatial dimensions. Spaces he can't enter himself, because if he did, it would shatter with just his mere presence. He pulled out a tablet and started to edit a planet. I need y'all to hear me now. He operates like a damn Looney Tune. This is the ultimate game break. Wang Ling's power isn't a tool he uses. It's a natural disaster he's constantly trying to contain. He has no need to train, no need to fight, and no desire for victory. Even while sealed, the strongest beings in existence can only take a handful of his slaps before being erased from existence. His existence is so fundamentally broken that he can literally leave his own anime and tell the directors to change the story. He's not just playing on a different level. He's a god pretending to be a player. And his only goal is to find a way to enjoy a peaceful day and some crispy noodles. From a demon king who defies death to an immortal king who just wants to be left alone, these characters are more than just strong. They're a glitch in the matrix of their own stories. They prove that sometimes the most interesting characters aren't the ones who master the game, but the ones who break it completely. And it doesn't stop here, because I am on a hunt for more game-breaking demons. But that's enough of my yapping. Now it's your turn. The world of anime is packed with characters who laugh in the face of logic. So who did we miss? Who's your #1 game breaker? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Join the lounge and grab yourself a seat. Share with your friends or anyone who loves anime like us.
Tell your friends about me.
I appreciate you all for watching. And as we always do when we close out, let's all raise a glass in the air. Here's to anime.
As long as you're also human, you'll be accepted by Kurakami Mitaka. There was but one exception to this rule. The man's name was Kumagawa, and he was neither demon nor villain.